words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management of CaveRadioBroadcasting.com.
I done came up from the bottom, climbed up to the top, same time looking out for pose. Little half-white big nigga with a decent-sized thing, cute face pulling all the hoes. I done went to school, learned something, came back, learned more, got high, made a plan to rise, man. I've been hooked up with a team, we united with a dream, and now we chillin' in the friendly skies. Nigga, your demise round the corner when you're living in the city where no matter who you are, you get took by somebody on the struggle, trying to come up on this hustle, trying to count big money, but can barely spell book. Looking back on it all, I done been through a gang of things. Similar, but it ain't the same. See my name in my voice, in my words is my claim to fame. You can play it, but it ain't your game. Nigga, I ain't PS 1, 2, 3, 4 or Sega. No rewinds, no replays, I take you for everything you have if the urge arise. I hear a lot of rappers talking, all I heard is lies, but I'd have been there, said it, wrote it, read it, changed up the sound, now everybody get it. I'm original. If I don't see it, I don't talk about it, and I'll bring it straight to you, I don't walk around it. And when I go to the club, I don't post stacks, I'm getting paid on the stage making toast tap. I got a 9-to-5 job, man, what's wrong with that? And I don't fuck with my own chicks, all my hoes fat. They clean, they press my jeans, and they can suck it till the skin fall off. You know what I mean? I do what I do. You be like me too, but it ain't like that dude, because that's my shit. We don't speak the same language, and you don't say it like this, nigga. That's my shit. We ain't on the same thing, cause I ain't on that tip, nigga. That's my shit.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
We's here.
What up?
We's here.
What the fuck's going on?
Everything.
I miss that voice.
I know, right?
What's up?
Everything.
Listen, I think he had a can of Get Right.
A
can to get right?
Smoked a can of it.
He had a
case.
can of-
Actually, I had a
Yeah.
huge party. And
He had a
the
can
whole
of Get
case
Right, and so
A can of it, a cannabis.
Cannabis.
cannabis,
Cannabis
a
right?
cannabis,
A cannabis
can,
right? Can I
a
bust
cannabis
the right?
can of Get Right.
Ah.
So
Welcome back.
Hey, bro.
And I'm back too. That's been a while.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I haven't heard that
How you
disclaimer
been, bro?
in so long.
Really?
No.
He doesn't play it? Thank
like,
you.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
It's nice
He's
to
supposed
see
to.
I did say that.
Just in case assholes like you say something we're not supposed to say.
Oh, me?
You know that's going to happen. But you know what? Accomplishment. I'm very proud of myself. I ran the show.
I know you did last week. I heard.
I
Ran
the
it like
show
a
by
track
myself.
shoe.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Ran it like a track shoe, so you use track shoes to run,
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
and you ran the show.
okay.
I was going to say ran it like a train, but I was trying to be good.
So
That's your
anyway,
track.
I
Oh,
am
that
very
caboose.
proud of myself. So thank you. Wait, why do I have this on? I don't even know where my phone is.
I don't know.
Force a habit.
I have this on exactly. So yeah, I ran the show. I learned the board, and I'm going to learn more and 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 more.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yay!
She
Okay.
she likes it a lot.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
like
know
it.
what? It was actually fun.
Just need more.
You know,
water.
I just couldn't do.
It was fun running it.
Shut up. I couldn't do. Well, you know what? I could, because there's a computer right there, but I just didn't have like the file that I had on my laptop.
Right.
But it was fun. So I'm gonna, try to be a big girl soon and
Just keep doing
learn
that shit.
and right, and then that way, Big Easy, you can come and chill with us on the other side.
On the other
I'm
side?
like,
I know. What's funny is it's weird, like coming in here and sitting on another mic because I'm not used to it.
right.
Your whole point of view gets thrown off.
It does. I'm like,
What
WTF?
Cave Radio. I forgot.
Right. Because
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like looking down when you're used to looking up.
What?
Nothing.
See, because generally I'm the short guy, right?
Oh, okay.
But
well,
every
then-
once in a while I get to look down.
When she's sucking the dick. And that's all good. That's all good. Anyway.
What's up?
You know what?
guys?
Thanks for painting that picture. I mean, I really didn't need that, but
Yeah.
thanks. Appreciate
I don't
it.
even know where that came from.
I don't either, but thanks.
I know where it came from.
Razor Ray. Hasn't
Yeah,
been here in a while.
exactly.
It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Razor Ray. I mean,
He needs to get his fill.
so he's our special guest co-host.
He's
Yay!
Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing?
He's special, okay.
I know, right?
We call him retarded.
Retarded.
Oh.
Retarded.
Cause
And
Because-
I lost, you know what? I left my phone at home. I know it's at home. I don't know where it is at home, but I know it's at home. So I lost my phone. So I hope our guest wasn't trying to reach out to me today.
No, they knew where to come.
Okay, all right.
They used the force.
They used the force.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Somebody else used the force to track me and stalked me.
No.
Totally.
Somebody did.
That was
Just between his legs.
That was an MPS.
That was the force.
What's MPS?
Mexican positioning system.
What?
It's not a GPS.
It's
Yeah.
MPS.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Yeah, because that was just creepy. That was just stalkerish type stuff.
He was like
Like she'd be
7
coming
states away stalking you.
Right.
She'd be like coming
I
out
read
of
that shit.
coming out of a McDonald's.
I know.
You know,
Like, I
girl,
see you right there.
I saw it.
like in Kentucky somewhere, walking out of McDonald's. I'm like, oh hey, hi.
I like that
How
little
you
feather
doing?
in your
Are you
hair.
following me?
So, anyways, everyone is on time, but when you're on time, that means you're late. But our guest is here already. Yay! Sweet Crystal in the house. Yay! 2/3, right?
Sweet
2/3.
Crystal
Sweet Crystal, right? Sweet Crystal
Crystal
Light.
Light.
Sweet
Right.
crystal is
We had these guys on Hot and Easy
Years ago,
2.5 years ago when we were in the caves cave.
In the cave.
Yeah, my basement.
In the
basement,
dungeon.
where people thought we were going to rape them when we brought them down
I'm
there.
like, oh really? I'm like, if you rape us, you're going to hell, right?
not anybody else, just them.
So when guests got to your house, did anybody hear you got a pretty mouth, boy?
Right. Well, that was
heard
just
that?
Joey on
Oh,
the couch.
You got a pretty mouth.
That was the
boy.
funny thing is, these guys, once they got past my dirty ass front room and my roommate snoring, scratching his balls on the
Stack
table,
of
and then
porn,
the dirty
body couch.
kitchen, and got downstairs, it was a nice place. She had to go through all that shit to get down there. So.
Yeah, turn right to
But
Albuquerque.
then we're here.
Ignore that big stack of porn over
Yeah,
there.
that's not mine. I
The
promise.
first time we had these guys on the show, we were at Raw Radio X.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we had Sweet Crystal, huh?
At the Russell.
Uh-huh. That
Russell
was at the
Industrial.
Russell.
The Rick.
Yep. We had Sweet
What up, my
Crystal
dog, my
and
dog?
Rain. They were in the studio together. And man, that was, that was one of the best shows, I believe, just ever sat in on.
That was
I
a good
love
time.
that.
We had a good time.
I
She
did.
loved it.
It was just, you can feel, I don't know what it is. It was just like a feel, the room, an aura, the group of
vibration.
people. I guess, it was
She knows
all-
about those.
Yeah.
An aura, a vibration.
So, and then I met some really pretty ladies. One is here. I love you, Jan. I love you. What's up, Jan? I love her. And so, yeah, it's just been like a connection ever since.
Yep, they've been bros and sisters ever since.
You guys contaminated them for life.
Yeah.
You said-
Contaminated them for life.
You're gonna that blister in the side of your mouth. It's the same blister I got.
What?
We're family.
Uh,
Okay, maybe not that.
we's
bad.
family now.
Maybe not that messed up, but close to it.
Not that messed up. So, Mark, I see you have an awesome setup over there. I mean, what is that?
This is the I call this the mini cube.
The mini,
The mini
cube.
cube.
The big rack of stuff that I have to pay a guy $100 to help me carry.
Oh, wow.
If you ever need help carrying anything, by the way,
You know what? Give me your number.
I pick it up, I put it down.
I pick things up and I put them down.
Qualified people to help. The only guy that makes any money at a Sweet Crystal show is basically my brody. So this is the first time this little guy's been out of the studio. We actually put it together for just these types of occasions.
So, are you guys finished putting it together?
Yeah.
Come on and sit down.
That's his grab and go kit.
Yeah, that's in case somebody says, "Oh, can you play anything?" Oh, yeah, sure. It just so happens I got this with me.
Yeah. You guys come and sit down and chat.
Oh, what do we got here? Black.
Oh, wow. What is
Just for you
this?
guys, we didn't know Dan was here. Sorry, young man.
I'll share mine with Dan.
Damn.
The bag is cool in itself.
I know. What does that say? What does that say?
That means
Oh, it says thank you for making everything even sweeter.
Aw.
You're going to get cavities now.
I know.
Oh yeah.
And I'm eating candy. I didn't bring my glasses.
This is perfect for
Ooh, let me look. You know what? I don't even want to open it because it has the sticker across. Because listen, I can't.
That's
I
the
can't.
anti-theft
I
sticker.
can't,
It'll ring if you
It's
take it out of here.
childproof.
I
There
don't
you go.
have my glasses. I didn't bring my glasses, so I don't want to tear it because
That's all right. We'll give you another one. We'll give you another sticker.
I want to read it.
Stickers are cheap.
Okay, wait. Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh, I opened it up. I'm all excited. What's in here? I'm not even going to look at Ray's. I'm just going to look at mine because I want to be surprised. All right, what is this?
Wounded Warrior.
Wounded Warrior.
Which, of course, you know that
Speaking-
we do a lot of stuff for those guys.
Yes, you guys are so. And you know what? Speaking of warriors and soldiers, happy birthday to my son.
Oh, really?
Happy
Yes,
birthday.
Birthday,
he is,
John.
he is in Miramar, California.
Ooh.
He's a Marine.
God
yeah.
bless him for his service.
Happy
man.
birthday, son. I love you. Yay.
Shall we do the birthday song for him?
Yay.
This is your birthday song, and it don't last so long. Hey!
Hey.
That was so awesome. Yay. Thank you, son. Now turn it off. Turn it off. Turn off the radio. You better not listen
Better
to
not
this
be
show.
listening.
You gonna hear your
Shit.
mama say some filth, filth.
Okay, now
No, that's just you and Ray.
that's you.
Yeah.
Just red, white, and blue. So
Okay.
next 4th of July, you have something
Nice.
to wear.
I feel something else. Ooh, candy. I love the
Is that
candy.
Tootsie Roll? I
Hit
need
it in
a
the
Tootsie Roll.
T-shirt.
Huh?
Is that Tootsie Roll?
Yes.
Yeah, we never go anywhere without Tootsie
Oh,
Rolls.
Tootsie Roll.
Every Sweet Crystal show, we carry
That's our
them with
dinner.
us. Pretty much.
And
That's
I'm
the logo.
guessing this is the
Yep,
okay.
that's the
All
logo.
right.
There's a big one and a little one.
That's what she
Oh.
Because
said.
sometimes you wear.
She said.
See, it wasn't me that time.
Okay, now what does this say?
That says Sweet Crystal reaching the world one song at a time. That's our trademarked logo.
It says it all the way around. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I mean, I can see it in my own little way, but from what I see.
There you go, young lady.
Oh, no, I know clearly.
That
This is
is
the T-shirt
cool.
with the. Yes, this is so nice. I love this.
That is a very neat.
Isn't this awesome?
The logo itself is very creative. I like that.
Thank you. We've had that version of the logo since 1985 is when that got redesigned to add the cross once we got our acts together.
Wow.
We figured out where we were going. We said, oh, okay.
I want to take a picture of this with that one right there and this one over here,
Nice.
or like that here.
So you're going to make that look good. I don't wear mine for just that reason.
Well, I'm gonna ask you.
Yes, sir.
Kind of started off. Like a lot of the rock bands, we get guys come in here, and the bands have these crazy or these cool names. Where does Sweet Crystal come from?
Nowadays, because of the aspect of who we are, we found there are references to both the words sweet and crystal in the book of Revelations. It talks
Okay.
about the water, the water of life that flows out from underneath the throne of God in the final city. So that's where it came from. But originally, I had a boa constrictor named Crystal, and it was a whole different world
Yeah,
before
we were
that.
18 years old.
Yeah,
It
so
was-
that's
it
where it
was-
originally came from. But
Right.
once we
You had to adapt.
yes,
the
we
mo-
discovered
feed-
our calling, we went, we should
Okay.
probably figure out why we're called this anymore.
Feed it to mice and then watch the boat.
Yeah,
straight-
pretty much.
And
That
like,
was
sweet,
Yeah,
Crystal.
that's it, man.
Oh, dude,
Good job.
That's the name.
Somebody else would have thought it had a meth reference to it.
But you know what's
Math.
that's actually helped us along the way because
Really?
it's allowed us to talk to people that are struggling. I mean, we've all been through lots of stuff in our lives.
Right.
And because of that reference, you can actually start a conversation with people about that.
Okay.
And meth is a terrible
Horrible.
drug. I mean, what it does to people's lives. So, yeah, we can actually use that
That's
as
a
reference.
segue to get into something deeper for 'em.
Exactly. And so we've never shied away from our name or who we are or anything.
Mhm.
So it works really well. It's a great, conversation starter
I
with a
believe
meth head on the street.
Exactly.
Hey, you don't want to hurt me, man. I'm Sweet Crystal.
Oh,
They're like, really? I love you.
every time I tune in, man, I'm always listening to you guys.
That's it.
Well, I kind of use a similar reference, like when I'm talking to females and they're trying to break up
Similar?
with their guy and they can't do it. I say, well, like crackheads love crack. As much as you love it and it's good to you, it's not good for you, and that crack will kill you. So you have to look at your relationship like that. They're crack, and you got to kick that habit.
Nice way.
Yeah.
That's cool. It works.
Yeah.
Usually, not always, but
Well,
that's all you can do.
sometimes
is
they
keep
got a
trying.
crackhead in their family. They understand how bad it is, even if they don't know personally themselves. They're
Yes.
like, oh, well, that,
Absolutely.
habit's the hardest thing to break.
Can I just say it's really cool, Ray, that you were here. We haven't seen you in a long time. Haven't
thank
talked to you
you.
for a while. I was
It's
very,
been a while.
very thrilled to see that Danny had included you in on this thing. That was
Thank you.
very cool. I
Glad
still
to be
remember
here.
the first time we met you guys and your story about heaven.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
you know what?
That blew my mind.
I-
so.
Oh,
I don't. There's not a 15 to 30 minutes that goes by that I don't think about my experience. I mean,
Nice.
so ever since then, it's just been. I've been thinking all about God, you know, and it has changed the way I have seen things and the way I react to things differently.
Thank you, Jesus.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know, so it's
I remember that. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. It was just a killer story.
I managed to share it with a lot of people already, and it's still making its rounds, and it's pretty humbling when you hear about it from other people. Like, dude, I heard about your story
Right.
and this and that, and actually had questions about it.
See,
That
and
was
that
pretty awesome.
basically becomes a testimony, is what it is. And
is.
and people think when you have a testimony, you got to be a preacher, you got to get up, you have to, quote scripture and stuff, and that's not it at all. Testimony is just a story that hopefully will turn somebody to a better path towards God eventually, which is kind of like Sweet Crystal and the music we do. We don't come out pushing the fact that we're a Christian band. We push the fact that we're a band of Christians that love music. And the storylines behind all of our songs always start with an issue and end with a solution. And that's just how we write all of our stuff. And basically that's our testimony, and it works really well.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
if
And you
you
guys are
think
great at
about
it.
if
Thank
you
you.
think about the Bible, all of everyone that the Bible is about had a different walk of life and an issue that was actually what made them.
Yeah, there's some crazy, nasty people in the Bible.
Exactly.
No,
And
that's
it's-
the truth.
and
Wickedness.
again, so you don't have to be, like this, sanctified, saved person. You have to have gone through something in order for others to relate, to what you went through, and now this is where you are.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You know, I've been going through a lot I've been seeing so many, and we're talking really, really close family, passing away, and it's been like a regular. Like, I just got the phone call this, a few hours ago, actually, before we came here, and it's basically call everybody home to come to see Dad because he's not looking too good right now.
I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
So it's like, so I wasn't even almost, not even going to be here. Really,
Sure.
just after getting that news. But at the same time, it's like I'm very, very happy that I had the time that I got to be with him. And, my kids and I, we just came back from a trip from Texas to see him. So it was good. And I could tell that, that the state that he is in right now, 71 years old, just cancer, just filling up.
That's young, man.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
young
pretty young.
guy.
It really is.
Right.
And he is, just one of the most youthful, spriteful type of people that you would meet. And to see him come into this point of life, and you could just see the frustration in his eyes, just the fact that he can't even talk.
Right,
Because
but he still has good.
he still has a really good outlook on things.
Yeah, because he had just gotten out of the hospital and he was laying in bed. He was just lying there because he's on bed rest now, and Ray was we were video chatting, and he gave the phone to Abuelo, and instantly he was like, "Oh, I'm just being lazy,"
Yeah.
Still got his sense
That
of
was
humor.
awesome. So
You
yeah,
know,
we
so-
love him.
So, prayers out for my dad and anybody
Definitely.
out there. Be appreciated. But all of this, that whole situation, all comes back to my experience, to where I do see things differently. I would, after seeing so much of my family passing on and friends passing on in the last couple of years, one would just think, God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you hurting, me so much? Why me? And feeling more attacked as opposed to feeling this sense of gratitude that they moved on to a better place.
And that's a hard thing because we're just human, man. That's
Right.
all there is to it. Nobody in our band has a father left at all, and so we've watched them all go, and you wonder about that. My dad had Alzheimer's, and I just got
That's
such
horrible.
It was a very, very long
Long.
and tough road for him. But every time I called, because they lived in Arizona, I went down as much as I could.
Mhm.
Every time I called, I'd go. I always made sure he'd answer the phone. My mom would tell him, "Don't pick up the phone," but he always picked it up. And I'd go, "Hey, Dad, it's Mark," and he goes, "Hi, Mark. like he knew who I was, and I knew he didn't, but it was just so cool to hear him
Yeah.
say that every single time. So I always started the conversation with my name, and it was very, very cool. But what's tough is God takes people out of this world because there's nothing here left for them. It's those of us left behind that are really hurting, and we need to use the memory of those loved ones to keep us going, and that's how we stay up when it's such a down thing. But, you know, everybody mourns. You know,
Right.
Jesus lost people. Everybody's lost people. It's just a matter of knowing that these guys are in a better place, and you and your store,
Yeah.
you know there is a better place. So that's the whole point. It's
It
going to
does
be an
give me
incredible
that.
party
That,
somewhere down the road. Man.
I don't know
It
if you
sure
guys
is.
saw it on my Facebook page. My friend Platinum that I dance with, just this past week on Sunday, he had got the message that his dad passed, and he had been battling with cancer back and forth like for a few years, and he finally got to the point where they said, you know what, we need to watch him on a daily basis.
Wow.
So we want you guys to, you know, just bring him and leave him with us. Now the crazy part is, as soon as they did that, he fell down and hit his head twice.
Oh wow.
Like, I mean, in the same day. You know, so a week later, he passed. Now, this is on the night that we regularly go to the club, and he was like, oh, man, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. And he's trying to get his mind together and deal with things. And in a half an hour, he got the call that his grandmother passed. And it wasn't from anything specific. She was just older and got tired, you know. So
It's time
he,
for her to go home.
yeah. You know, so he came to the club, heart just heavy, and, you know, this is my boy, and, you know, we're generally, you know, the life of the club and, you know, keeping the show rolling the way it's supposed to, but he was hurting, so I'm hurting, and he can't, you know, MC, and I'm supposed to DJ, so we're kind of like thrown off a little bit. So we made it through, and it was good for him just to get out, to be around people who cared for him,
Right.
keep his mind busy, like we was talking about. And the next day, me and him are just kicking it, talking. I'm trying to, you know, just be as supportive as I can. And we got the call that our friend from Lansing, a guy that used to dance with us, was in a rollover accident,
Oh jeez.
was thrown from the vehicle, and they couldn't find his body for like 2 hours.
Jesus.
Wow.
So they finally found him, and, well, they're going to have a closed casket.
Sorry, bro.
So what we're doing this particular Wednesday, normally, you know, we're open on Sundays, you know, but we're going to do a benefit Wednesday just where the whole door goes to Platinum, you know, and just to help him, he has to deal with 2 funerals, you know. And so the club, we all set, and, you know, all the entertainers, we figured out, well, we're still going to do what we do. It's just going to be a different kind of mood, you know. So anybody listening, hey, come check out the show. All proceeds go to Platinum. I'm going to give my tips to my boy Steele, his family. You know, the club wants to do the whole door for Platinum, so I'm just going to bite it that time and say,
So
you know,
where is it and how much?
that's going to be at Club Jaguar. That's over on Joy Road in Greenfield. Anybody in Detroit or around it, you know, y'all come out. And if you're not from around Detroit or you can't make it, and you know me on Facebook under Thomas Trailer, you can get with me, and I'll make sure that if you want to contribute.
Did you guys get a GoFundMe together?
No,
or-
I've been trying to work with Robin to get that, but she's busy right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, get it to me and I'll get it to them. You know, so we're doing that Wednesday, and, you know, Platinum's, he's doing as well as can be expected. You know, just, again, he's staying functional, so he hasn't had a complete chance to just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And Steele's family, you know, he's, what's crazy is when you look at Steele, he was a bodybuilder. Immaculate shape. You know, he's one of them guys you see look like he's in a magazine, you know. And he was taking care of his mom, who was, you know, elderly. And now they have to get his sister to take care of his mom because...
Right, because of steel.
Exactly. So it's just one of them times right now when everybody needs everybody, and they make you appreciate, you know, the love that you have.
That's what you need to grab onto.
Yep.
I mean, and that's the only thing sometimes that makes it through is that the people that we have still left around us have to become
Give
our
you a lot of
rocks.
support.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Yeah, it's
It's tough.
Did you hear that?
it's really you know. And here's the thing: when I had my experience in my near death experience, it was a question of why. You know, why did I have this? Why? I'm not a holy guy. You know, I'm not like someone who's always at church and, you know, would deserve a visit from God. You know, in those senses of thinking, you know, I'm a sinner. And
We all are.
right.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking to myself, why is he even wasting his time with me? except for the fact that I know he just loves me.
Right. And to him, it's not a waste of time.
And it's not a
because
waste of time at all.
the guy that's in the church all the time, he's going to see him anyway. So,
Right.
I'll see those guys later on.
Jesus
You're,
didn't go preach
you're
to
the one
them.
I'm looking for.
Right,
Wait.
exactly.
You know what?
Jesus preached to the tax collectors and the whores, and
Oh, yeah.
he was with the grimy people.
Yep.
You know, he said, "You know what? They're there. You need me.
Mhm.
So wherever you're at, that's where you're needed at that moment. Even if nobody else is doing what's right, if you're the one that's going to shed some light to them, that's probably the most powerful thing right there.
And Ray
Takes
was
most
going to
courage.
touch people beyond this experience. I mean, you're
That's
going to
it.
go on and do this, so now you're touching people through your story,
Through my testimony,
through this
you know, and
CRB. You know, so it's very cool the way it works.
it is. You know, and the thing that I had, and I told Dana this is like, you know, why did this happen? And God, it just kind of gave me a real, just heard his voice in my head, is because there's going to be things in the next 3 to 4 years that are going to be occurring that are going to be making a lot of people question God, you know, whether he's even real or not. And I remember telling you that, and it's at that point, we're at that threshold of that time that I was speaking of, and you see a huge amount of hurt, pain, anger, hate in this world that is like, oh, I don't ever remember seeing it at this level.
I didn't think it could get worse.
It's getting
And it's
worse.
just-
It's
just
progressive,
getting bad.
too.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's a lot of people feeling like, you know,
Filled up,
God doesn't
tired.
exist. God wouldn't allow this to happen. You know, and I feel that with my testimony, I can confidently feel like, yeah, God does exist. I'm not just coming at you from what my, you know, from what a preacher told me or what a book told me. It's from what I experienced, and
And the
because
reason
because I'm kind of from the grimy side of town.
Yeah, you know,
It's-
so you can
it's-
communicate with them
right.
on the way that they need to hear it.
Right. So it's true.
It's
God
okay
does
to ask
exist.
questions like any child would ask their parent. You know, it's okay to say, "Hey, I don't understand this." It's okay to say, "Hey, why?" You know, because that's the only way you're gonna get an answer is if you ask.
Yep.
And sometimes we're not going to get an answer. That's the hard part for some people to realize. There is no answer right away, and we're so used to now instant gratification. You know, let me Google it. Let me figure this out right now. We don't have those answers, and the reason that I feel that the world itself is getting harder and harder to deal with is because God loves us enough to let us do our own thing. He's
Right.
always
He's
there
given us
waiting
that
for
free
us,
will.
and we are building this world. I mean, we're the ones turning it into what it's turned into. It's not God. He's still there going,
Hey,
you know,
don't
you're
do that.
You're not doing it right.
Hey,
I'm here.
that's not
anytime
what I
you want to
meant.
ask me. But in the meantime, we're not asking. We're just going, no, I'm just going to keep doing this. And that's why it's spinning out, man. It's tough.
Mhm.
So all we can do in Sweet Crystal is just write our songs and go out there and go, look. all I
Somebody's
want-
listening.
I just want to show you there's a light at the end of every freaking tunnel. None of them are dead ends. It's just a matter of, you know, which way you look at it.
It's going to touch
Exactly,
somebody on some level, even if it's not at the first time they listen to it. You know, sometimes it's like a movie. You know how sometimes you miss stuff until you go back and watch it over again?
Very good.
Sometimes it's even like that with the music.
Pulp
you know what?
Fiction.
I'm exactly.
I had to watch that like 3 times. Like,
Man, how'd I miss that?
Did
You know,
you ever see a movie called Memento? Where it was
Oh,
all
yeah.
backwards? Oh, my God.
No.
Oh,
Yo,
it's-
yeah,
the
that
movie is
shit.
done entirely backwards. And then you can actually run the DVD so it goes forward, so you can watch it and go, oh, okay. But it starts from the back end and works its way
credits
forward.
first.
Who's in
It's
it?
just that I don't remember.
nobody.
Well, okay, what? Okay,
It's
wait a
called
minute.
Memento. It is just the most
And it's not about
bizarre
candies,
thing.
you know.
Just to watch.
Memento.
Just to, just to
Okay.
watch. Every scene is the one that's already happened. And you just kind of go.
I gotta watch that again.
Right,
Yeah,
I
well,
wanna
and
see
we've
that
got it.
again.
And that's what I've told Janet. I said we should just do it again because it's been years since we saw it, and it just blew your mind watching it. Just
I have a request, Sweet Crystal. I have a few people that are listening.
Oh, that's cool.
I have some truckers that are in Tennessee and a life coach that is in California, and they would like you to say hello.
How very cool. Tennessee is great.
Hello, hello.
And Billy used to live in California, so
Yeah.
there you
When I was
go.
a kid.
Yes, they're listening.
And we will be coming to Nashville.
Okay.
So we love Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee. I was in 7th grade, so that's when
Mhm.
I first was there. But,
That's cool.
Thank you for listening, man. That's very, very cool.
We get people to tune in everywhere. We had Brazil and
Everywhere.
Mother Russia, and
Mother
you know,
Russia.
Very
Da.
cool.
now we
Roscoe.
got Tennessee in the country, and now that's one extreme to the other. You know, from the country to Hollywood. Yeah, we getting it though.
I'm trying to get my mom
love
to
it.
call in from Maine.
Now today is kind of mild. This might
is
not
the
be
show
the
that
normal
Mom
show.
can call in
Yeah,
she might
today.
be able to
Today is okay.
Today.
Normally, your mom might get an ear infection listening to this show.
Right, where she call in and you're just like, hello.
Sorry, Bob.
Sorry, we're kind of busy right now.
Oh, jeez.
What was that? I don't know.
And Big Easy. We haven't even had the TV the whole time you've been
Forever.
gone. We haven't had no
Well,
visual.
no, but we haven't had it while he was here too. So
I mean, you know,
you know what? You dry snitching. You know what snitches get.
I'm talking
You
about
want to see
him.
something
though.
real cool?
You know what? You know what I
Get
mean.
stitches.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I don't speak English.
Huh?
Snitches also get a couple
Oh
hundred.
my God! See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is.
Oh,
so
now it's
cool.
something special.
Yeah.
Now I like that.
See,
You know, we haven't had that.
Now
the
she
whole
about to
time
tell on
you
every
know.
damn body. Watch. Yeah,
We
you know what?
haven't
Them
had that the
motherfuckers.
whole time it was missing. I love that. See.
Yep. Thank you.
Now we need to.
Marco.
Now we just need to. Man, that's official. That is a. Here, let me take. A
You
picture
feel
of
like the
that.
shiznit now.
I do. I feel like I'm doing something for real now.
You the shit with wet toilet paper. Look at you.
Let's see
You
here.
need some toilet paper.
Okay, wait. Let's.
You want to take a break so these guys can play?
Yeah, I think we should. We should get ready. And
I need to go get me some drink.
you need some drink.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Damn,
I have,
that is
uh,
drink. I need to go get me a drink.
I'm
You got
popping
your
bottles.
drink.
I got something from the old school days of Sweet Crystal.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, something they gave me a while back.
Okay. Well,
So
then
is this
let's put it
before
on
the
there.
transformation,
No,
Sweet Crystal?
It would all be the same.
it's all
we've
the
been
same.
we've been
Since
walking
the
this
early
path
80s.
since the early 80s.
Transformation. It's like
there
they're-
was some
they-
stuff before
you know.
that we've just unearthed. We found
Really?
a 2-track reel-to-reel of 9 songs that we did before we became this version of Sweet Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to listen to it.
Hear yourselves now.
Yeah,
Like, what?
the music was pretty interesting. I mean, the message was a little different,
Right, right.
but it was fun, and
Like, did we do that?
my voice was a lot higher. It was interesting.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's play that. Take a break, and then when we come back, they'll play something.
Do some
for
of the
us.
new stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. We got about 8 minutes, so
Okay.
we'll be
Sweet.
back in a few.
All right.
KRadioBroadcasting.com. This is the Cake Mix with Brother Africa Bambaataa and the Universal Zulu Nation. We are throwing down, we are getting down, we are making it funky. This is true school for your mind. Peace, unity, love, and having fun.
You track me, then attack me, but all you do just makes me strong. And I'm afraid you got it wrong this time around. I am not afraid of the night or the fight, the day that you say that you're gonna come. Because I'm standing with the sun, and with his arm around me, I will not back down. And he says, hold on, my help is on the way. I am not alone. And if I hold my ground, I will win today. Defending hearts and home. I'm holding my own. Your demons are screaming. They're shouting words that have no power. Just let them rail against this tower. It will not fall. We are not afraid of the slings or the stings, the arrows or weapons that you might bring. Because we're standing with the King. And in his mighty fortress, we will withstand all. And I say, hold on, our help is on the way. We are not alone. And if we hold our ground, we will win today.
Oh, yeah. About to make some noise up here at CaveRadioBroadcasting.com with Sweet Crystal. Taking
Sweet
us away.
Crystal.
Thank you, guys.
The good way.
Got a new CD out called 5 Carat Rock. This is the opening cut. And Dan was talking about it earlier, that it's interesting that you don't need to be a religious person to come to God. What's nice about it, no matter what we say and what we do, even now God comes and takes us right where we are.
Even now, after all I've done and everything that I've said, well, here you stand, reaching out to me. You raised me from the dead. Even now, I don't know what I'm thinking as I try to make sense of it all. I'm living a life in this broken world, and the point of my story is that I don't seem to hear your call. Blind to the light, I'm deaf to your warning, and I'm stumbling along towards a fall. But even now, after all I've done and everything that I've said, well, here you stand, reaching out to me to raise me from the dead. Even now, I don't know what I'm thinking as I try to make sense of it all. I'm living life in this broken world. I'm a victim perfection. It always causes me to fall short. Blind to the light and deaf to the warning, Lord, we're stumbling along towards a fall. Yeah, but even now, after all we've done and everything that I've said, well, here you stand, reaching out to me to raise me from the dead. Even now. Who is this that stands above me? Oh, who am I that you should love me? Oh, if this is true, what you are saying, oh, even now we're all worth saving. With our eyes finally open, yeah, we stand amazed at what we now see. Promises spoken, our bonds are all broken. We're alive through eternity. Oh, but even now, after all we've done and everything that we've said, oh, here you stand, reaching out to us. You raise us from the dead. Oh, even now, after all we've done and everything that we've said, oh, here you stand, reaching out to us. You raise us from the dead. Even now.
dig that.
We'll do one more song. This next song is interesting to us because we've never written a praise and worship song. And our producer, Chuck Alcasian over at Pearl Sound,
What's up, Chuck? We love you, Chuck.
Chuck.
instrumental in putting this whole CD together for us and playing bass on it, as a matter of fact, and helping arrange the songs. And he challenged us after we did last year's quad CD to come up with a praise and worship song. And I wasn't really sure how we were going to do that because we are who we are. So this next song is the one that we wrote for him. It still sounds like Sweet Crystal, but it's a little more, I'm not going to say commercial, but a little more, verse chorus kind of thing than we normally do. And as it turns out, the management company we're working with now is going to be releasing this as a 45 nationwide. It's the first time we've ever had anything released nationally.
Wow.
Way to go, Chuck.
Chuck, thanks, man.
Wow.
Thank you, Chuck. We
Wow.
appreciate
You
you.
guys can do it, and I said, we'll see. Anyway, so once again, the similar theme, religion gets a bad rap sometimes because people think you have to be a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to say a certain thing, but
You guys are rock stars. You show that there's a complete difference with that.
Exactly.
He likes us. This song is called Come As We Are.
I usually do.
The world has us thinking we're standing alone on the edge of a cliff with no bridge to get home. The clothes on our backs are tattered and torn, and our souls, like our shoes, are so worn. This side of heaven can sure seem like hell when the doors are all barred, all the windows as well. We feel we're forgotten, that nobody cares. Our spirits weighed down with despair. But each of us feels so misguided and lost. All our debts have been paid by the blood on the cross. When we come out as we are and bring every scar and our broken hearts to Him, and in its place receive all the grace He is offering us all. When we come as we are, we're born with commandments, written in stone. We're exhausted and weary, clear down to the bone. And every king, every queen, we're just street urchins all. On our own we all stumble and fall. Come on. But in spite of the curse from original sin, we're redeemed by the blood, and we're destined to win. So let us come as we are, to bring every scar and our broken hearts to Him, and in its place receive all the grace He is offering. And the sadness in our eyes, all the madness of their lives, and this is how we feel should come as no surprise. So many dangers to discern. One simple truth we all should learn, the ending to our story, one of love and glory. Oh, come as we are, now bring every scar and our broken hearts to Him, and in its place receive all the grace He is offering. You just come as we are, bring every scar and our broken hearts to Him, and in its place receive all the grace that He is offering us all. When we come as we are, just come as we are.
Amen. That was awesome.
Thank you, guys.
So is that the debut then?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's just about to come out.
We got some
come
national.
Come as we are.
We got some national people.
That was the
here.
first time ever on here, Sweet Crystal here on Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Man.
Amen.
On the cake
That means
mix.
you can sing it in somebody's church. We just
You know, I can totally. I go to church every now and then. I go to Northridge.
Northridge.
I love going to Northridge, and they got some great music, worship music
Yes.
there. You guys would. I could totally hear this song there.
Well, very cool. Well, make sure you tell somebody next
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them.
Hey, get these guys in
We really need to.
Now, with you guys being a band together, like regular rock bands, like go through all the rigmarole of touring.
They are a regular rock band.
I mean, they have a complete.
Not Christian
I'm
rock
messing with you.
bands.
Yeah. Un-Christian rock bands. I don't know if they still might be Christian. They
That's
just don't
unchristian
play Christian
like.
music.
It's
I-
unchristian
So, like, they have to deal with like asshole managers and groupies and stuff like that. Do you guys still go through those kind of issues, or is it
different
just
sets-
like everyone
this-
is?
or a different set of issues?
Yeah. What challenges do you
I would
have
have
to
to tell you, and I don't want to sound like some Pollyanna, but no, we have never had issues.
Stop sounding like Pollyanna.
Sorry, let me use a different voice. But
Mama always
the
say
three of us who have been together, Steve's not here, our drummer, Steve Weezer, Bill Blatter on guitar, myself on keys
He's a
and vocals,
ghost.
have been together for over 4 decades, and we've never stopped doing what we're doing. We've had different managers that have come and gone. We've had different people in the band that have come and gone, but the core three of us have kept this going that long. We don't argue. We don't have any issues with anything. When we go on the road,
we all have the
Accepting.
same interests,
Okay, there you
in
go.
directions of what we want to do musically. We have our own little side interests and things like that to try and benefit what we're trying to do.
Okay.
But we've never really argued because we knew what the goal was that we wanted to achieve musically with the product that we wanted to try and
That's perfect.
produce.
That is absolutely perfect.
Our age group and stuff too now over the years we've been more family oriented between us. That's our relationship. So anything that we do with the wives and girlfriends or whatever, it's like that. It's not like it was when we were 18 years old or anything and see
right.
And we're also
what you're
grown-ups,
referring
too.
to,
Exactly.
but,
Right.
and when we go on the road, we each get our own room. The days of all the bands sleeping in one room, breaking down the beds and sleeping in the bathtubs are long gone.
Yeah, we can
We're
afford it.
adults.
Yeah, we can afford it now.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have to sleep in vomit.
does a Christian rock band still have like crazy experiences? Like, man, you ain't like. Again, when we interview other bands, we'll ask them like,
see her throw her Bible at me?
Oh my God! That,
usually all the stories,
original King James.
all the stories start out like, you're not gonna believe this shit. And when you hear that, you know it's gonna be a good story.
Oh, that's funny.
did you ever have like a group of hot nuns like showing up like just wanting autographs? Like,
No, still waiting on that one.
Do you have a crazier than thou story?
No.
No.
I can't say that we have, but just because most of
Good.
the places that we go, everything is pretty buttoned down. We've opened for a lot of people back in the '80s and stuff. We opened up for Bob Seger, Steppenwolf, Foghat. I mean, a lot of those bands and stuff. But we were young and we were just the opening act, and you just played, and you just kind of were amazed at where we were and what we were doing. But
That's cool.
now those days were long gone. Once we found our direction and niche, I think God keeps us out of trouble. I mean, it's very easy to fall into trouble, and people do. There are other Christian artists that are falling away because we're all just freaking.
We're
people.
just human people.
Yeah. So
human peoples.
Human peoples.
but
Yeah,
we just
exactly.
haven't had issues. The things that happen to us are just like stupid stuff. Where you just go, really? That So
Yeah.
it's just the kind of stuff that
So
happens
there's
to everybody
never
in life.
There's never any kind of crazy stories like, oh my God, you won't believe what Joe did last night. Like, what did Joe do? Like, he cut up
Ooh.
4 lines on the Bible and then snorted.
No.
Nope. That's not going to happen.
No, that hasn't happened in
He used
a
the
long
Bible.
time.
It hasn't happened in 20 years.
Like, he used
30 years.
Okay.
Keep going back.
What about the Catholic Sunday school teachers? They ever come over and just like,
The
yo,
hot ones.
the hot ones, like, I
If
got
I could talk my wife into it, yeah. Why?
Well, sharing is caring. They teach you're supposed to share. You give the sign of peace, you can give.
There you
Never
go.
mind.
Yeah, what kind of
yes.
what how do you spell peace?
I didn't do it.
I didn't. I'm not asking Dan that question.
Yeah, please don't.
Actually, for me, thanks to Marq, Marq has over the years have been very persuasive in getting our feet wet into other different avenues musically. Once we decided to get out of the bar scene full time, we stayed together and didn't have to worry about trying to survive because we were taking on little careers and things. Steve got into automotive, Marq got into video production. I went back to school and got an engineering degree and things like that. But we stayed together and started writing our own songs more because we weren't under pressure, and it made more of the fun of that. During that period, Marq was also starting to get us involved with the car companies to do ads because he was working for an ad agency, when he was doing the video production stuff.
Oh, nice. So
And,
doing jingles?
Yeah, small jingles, in-house, music for conferences that they were having.
Yeah, they would every year for about
things.
3 years. We wrote the songs for Ford Motor Company when they went out to Las Vegas to do
that's
new
cool.
product reveals.
Right.
Wow.
And
How cool was that?
It was very
like,
cool.
I mean, because
we'd go out
just
and
being
listen,
a
just
working
kinda go,
musician,
wow.
to be able to say, "Oh, cool! This is a way I
I just got paid to
I
do
just got
this.
I just got a corporate
You know what I mean?
account."
One of the
Yeah,
coolest
we got
ones.
paid well.
Yeah,
doing that.
we did an intro, and the president of Ford at the time came in. We were whatever it was, like Bellagio or something, and he came in a hot air balloon inside to one of our songs. It was like this big thematic thing that we did, and he came down in this hot air balloon to land on the stage, and our music's playing. I'm just kind of going,
And that's how the other
cool
half
is
lives.
that,
Well,
man?
what I'm saying here is that we indulged into other different avenues with the music thing, and learned a lot through that. In the early '90s, we were actually doing a TV show on a cable station through a local church that Marq
Through
attended,
Concordia College out in Ann Arbor.
and learned a lot about video production as a music group. We wrote the songs for the theme songs and stuff, and then did all the covers and things. They had a music director, that kind of held the reins to the whole thing there, and learned how to do it, in the video domain. And as, of course, the time went through, we did all kinds of other things. We did dinner theater for a couple of years and traveled with that. And,
You guys are still
local-
artists. I think that's
It's
the whole
fun.
thing.
We have one song that came out in the soundtrack of a Civil War movie with Christina Ricci and Tom
Right.
Berenger, and that's on the new CD too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, how do you guys put your music out there so a movie can pick it up and say we want to use this?
Well, actually, it's networking. Where Marq has really solicited a lot of us to a lot of his connections and stuff. He got into acting and got into
The back of my
that
head has been
community.
in 7 major feature films.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
I
back
can
of my
say
head
that
is
too.
The back of my head
Well,
is
he
more
knew-
famous than anybody.
I know a whole lot of women like that.
Were you in Independence Day?
No.
Like one of those people that are just running?
Seriously? Really?
I know
You'd be
they-
surprised how many people you can recognize by the back of their head.
No.
It's.
From Independence Day.
Yeah, kind of look like.
They were independent.
I say my biggest role was in Kill the Irishman. I
Kill
had a
the
scene
Irishman.
with Christopher Walken. I was the
Great.
hired guy to kill the main character, and
Really?
Christopher Walken paid me $10,000 in the scene, and so that was my
Wow.
biggest one. I was in one called Vamps with Alicia Silverstone.
I
was
saw
a
that.
vampire. I was one of the vampires in the support group.
And that fits you so
There
perfectly.
you go.
You have like that 80s vampire.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. We had another friend of ours too that was in getting in the movies, and she starred with Sigourney Weaver.
Wow.
They did a
I
thing
love
locally
Sigourney
here.
Weaver.
Yep.
I love Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver.
So anyway, it's just interesting, and so we've just kept our feet wet doing this. But to get back to your question, Dan, is social media is now a useful tool for people if they know how to use it. SoundCloud, Pandora, Spotify are strictly music things, but Facebook and Twitter are immensely helpful for somebody like us. And because we didn't have that when we were growing up, who knows where we'd be right now, but because we have those avenues now. We have, like you were saying, we have people from South America that order our CDs that we talk to regularly and stuff. And it just amazes me that somebody
they know
down
me.
there.
Oh, yeah.
You just kind of go, somebody goes, oh, I love this one song. I can't believe somebody down south that far is listening to one of my songs.
Have you guys thought about sending like a CD to Northridge? Just send it to them.
Yeah, Northridge is a very cool church, but they have such a huge talent pool within Northridge that they have to spend a lot of their time keeping those musicians happy within. In order to come to Northridge, I think we'd have to go out and come back as a national act.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And it's nothing against them. I totally get it because, like you said, you've been out there. The production value of those people is just incredible. So they just have that. That's what they do. So this new guy that we're working with, that's his whole point of taking us to Nashville. We're going to be meeting with a booking agent that does Casting Crowns and Mercy Me and see about getting Sweet Crystal as an opening act for that kind of
That would
thing.
be awesome.
We're also meeting with Taylor Swift's manager once we're down there. He's got a meeting for us. So I'm just kind of going.
And you guys don't have anything to hold you back for you not to go.
Right.
So there is no reason why you guys shouldn't go on a tour. It's like
and be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what Matt Ulinoff, the guy who's now running a lot of our stuff, says about us. He doesn't have to worry about us. He goes, sometimes you got to hold the band's hand and hope they're not
Drama.
They're not going to
Right.
blow up something or going to drink themselves into the gutter. And he says, I don't have to worry about promoting you and showing you to people because I know you guys are adults.
Professional.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
a
see
good
why
way
you
to put
guys
it.
won the awards. That
Well,
you,
that's
that
nice of you to
won.
say.
Yep.
If anybody wants to call in and talk to Sweet Crystal. And we also have some tickets that we're giving away on KU Radio, the Cake Mix. Y'all can call in at 313-879-5059. Talk to Sweet Crystal. I like saying it like that.
Say it again.
Sweet Crystal.
Say it one more time.
Sweet Crystal.
Yeah, they said it pretty good.
I like that.
I like
I'm
it.
getting to like him already.
Sweet Crystal. I like that. So, man, that is just, I just love it. Now, who writes most of the songs? Is there a particular song that you wrote? Is there a particular song that you wrote? Is there a particular song that Steve wrote? Does everybody take a turn writing a song, or is it collaboration, or just one person write the song, or, how does that go?
That's a tough one.
It's more collaboration. There's been a phase that we've been going through for the last 10 years.
So it's more than a phase at this point.
Yeah, well,
More phase.
over the years, it's been real cut and dried, like the way you're looking at it. Say, okay, Mark brings in, music and the lyrics and stuff, and there's times that I've brought in, entire songs and completed in just a matter of just playing it. In that category, Mark brings in a lot of that material like that. The last 10 years, we've been spending a lot of time. We're very good with each other improvising and really coming up with ideas that just really sound inspiring. Of course, we'll play it for like an hour, the same pattern, so only we
we'll
can
remember
appreciate
it next
it.
week. Yes.
But we were reviewing some of these CDs that we recorded internally, just the ideas and things. And we could only get through about 75% of it, and a lot of these things was like really cool stuff that you can take bits and pieces of and then collaborate and put together as a song.
We record our rehearsals. Basically, we
Yeah.
just put on a CD and burn everything. We just jam a lot, and then we get into what we're supposed to be working on. So we have thousands of hours of recorded licks.
Yeah,
And
we
so
got this whole
basically,
library of stuff.
We'll go back and
you
listen
know.
to stuff and go, wow, you know what?
Yeah.
This thing worked with this one, and we'll pull them together.
So you can reference. You
Yes.
can go back and
so
reference.
musically, we put it together. Lyrically and melody line, it's usually my thing because I'm the one who's
Right.
really going to end up singing it.
Okay.
So I do the majority of the writing of the melody lines and that. But
Then that dictates the arrangement.
but what's interesting to me, and I noticed this last week at the Fourth Friday concert, every single song that we did started with keyboards, but every single song features Bill on the leads and the heavy parts of the song. So I write around keyboards and it gets the thing going, but I write with his playing in mind because I feel that he's the best musician in the band, and I love it. So whenever I write anything, even if it's a keyboard song, it's always like, all right, there's got to be a guitar
You guys
lead
feed
there.
off of each
Yeah,
other.
and we just even after all these years, we just new stuff every freaking week. We just and sometimes forget to turn on the burner, and we try to remember.
Oh man, you remember that?
Yeah, we'll never remember it.
That's that age. That's that age.
That's maturity.
What happens
That's
is
why as soon as you get in the
playing.
studio, just hit record.
I know that's exactly, and that's what they'll say. They
Even
go, "Did you hit
talking
it?"
and
I'm just
everything,
going,
you can edit that shit out.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
That's the power of new
But all of a
age
sudden, we
technology.
just start playing it.
You know, back in the day when you first started, you just said you found a reel to reel. It would have been impossible because then you got to cut that shit with a razor blade and tape it together and all that shit. But nowadays, you don't have to. You just hit record and
they're doing something completely different with a razor blade now.
Yeah. You might, like you said, you might forget it and be like, "Damn, what was that lick I did the other night?" You know, it was wicked.
You think it's that good that you couldn't possibly forget it,
right? Exactly, but
well,
you will.
You will.
Now, on the DMAs, excuse me. Now, you guys won. Was it 2?
All of them.
How many awards did
Every
you
time I
win
walk
this
in,
year?
they're like,
This year,
right?
We walked away with 2 this year, which is nice.
Right.
So which makes a total of 15 over the last 6 years, which is pretty amazing.
What was the biggest year?
13.
That's the Detroit Music Awards for everybody who's not here.
Did you say what was the biggest year?
Which one? The biggest year you guys won the most?
Oh, 2013, we won 5. We swept the category.
that was the first year I met you guys.
Yeah. So we swept there were 5 categories within the gospel Christian genre and we took them all.
I think that's great that they just even have a category for that. You know,
right now, which 2 did you win
discriminate.
this year?
We got. I got it for outstanding.
Awesome hair.
Songwriter.
Awesome hair.
Still have it all.
You have to have that
songwriter, and we got it for songwriter, and we got it for recording. Wow. So, and what's interesting is the DMAs have changed a little bit now. You can only win 2 years in a row, and then you can't win. It used to be 3 years in a row.
So it's like the presidency. You can only go for 2 terms.
They changed it after we won 3 years in a row, and they just said other people have to get it.
What? That's all right. No,
Yeah,
sorry.
and,
Give somebody else a chance.
That's when you just
basically.
go bring that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
If y'all want it,
table, you want it. Here it is.
Say we're going to start writing country songs, man. I'm going to start winning those.
Right.
Go through all the categories.
Man,
It's Americana now. Get it
There
right.
you go.
Americana.
Americana.
You know, so
we just feel very blessed about that. Man.
Right. How awesome is that to win until you can't win anymore? So that's like an ego booster, right?
Yeah, that's like
if you had an ego,
if we had an ego,
if it's like an ego booster, like yes, we got that.
Win
You know,
until you can't win anymore. That's
Actually,
like when you're a teenager and you get married, and then you just
Life's
it's over.
Nah, sorry, buddy.
It's not over when you get married.
Not even.
No.
I'm 36 years into it. I'm looking forward to the next
I love
36.
that.
There you go.
I love that. Wow.
That's an endangered species.
We
That's
have
what that is.
a telephone call.
Oh, we got a call. Hey, thanks for calling the Cake Mix. This is Danny Cake. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello, this is the Cake Mix. Who's this?
It's Pam.
Hey, Pam. How are you?
What up?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good.
You sound so
What's
excited.
going on, young lady?
I was calling to speak to Sam. Hey.
Well, hello, young lady. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right now. You making everybody smile in the studio.
Oh, you got a fan.
Hey, Pam.
So where are you calling from,
Hey.
Pam?
West Side.
West Side.
5 Mile and Beach.
Oh, there you go.
That's west.
That's way west side. What's up with you today, Pam? You listening into the show?
Yes, I am. I was calling about the tickets.
Okay, well, we have an entourage of tickets that are available. We have the Renaissance.
A ticket to ride.
That is true. Normally, you might not need a ticket. Okay, just that
kidding.
meet this height requirement. Anyway, we got tickets to the Renaissance Festival. I'm going to give away tickets to my Halloween anniversary show. So
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
well,
There she go. Well, you just won a pair of tickets.
She just wants to see the
She
cock-a-doodle-doo.
wants to see the bing bing.
all right. Well, I tell
She
you,
wants to see the...
She wants to see the bing bing
Doing.
because he's an exotic dancer. She look. Mark is like, what just happened here? How did this show just go south? She wants to see.
she wants to see the...
damn. Oh my God! She's coming to the damn show. That's there it is. You're gonna have a good time at the damn show this year.
Rooster.
So
I am such a big fan of you, sweetheart.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're gonna make me blush in front of everybody.
You blushing already.
It's hard to blush.
How big of a fan are you?
A real huge fan. I love them.
She loved them.
Okay. All right. Well, the show is going to be at Club Jaguar on Joy Road in Greenfield. We're doing it October 30th. So we're having an Angels Night Halloween party. And it's going to be a costume contest. So, hey, I appreciate you. And come on out and have a good time. I'll work out, get some tickets with you. Hit me on my Facebook page, and
You'll get those tickets, too.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get what you need.
Oh, good. I would definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, darling.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Bye-bye. Bye, Pam.
A happy customer.
Exactly. Happy customer.
I like to feel appreciated sometimes. So thank you very much.
That was nice.
We were just talking about ego boosters. So.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all right.
How's your ego feeling?
You see, I'm sitting a little bit taller now.
Right.
The table just lifted.
Down on that end. Hey,
Hey,
you're
hold on
spilling
one
everything.
second.
It's sliding down. Stop. Cut it out.
See what had happened was.
What happened
It's
was.
like being on a boat.
So now, back to our guest, Sweet Crystal.
It's hard to follow that one.
I know, right?
Hey, how do you guys follow things like that? Like,
Right.
You can't. You get poked in the back.
just move a little quicker.
See, it wasn't me that time.
That was a good joke.
Make sure it was. Like that was just the bass guitar, right?
Right.
We're going to need some runners on the stage now on.
What does that mean?
Runners on the stage?
Yeah.
You know, runners used to protect the floor when it got wet.
Oh, come on.
You asked.
Yeah.
How did it get wet?
Stop.
Oh, could
Spilled
it,
drinks.
No.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know. Could it be skeet?
Well, it wouldn't be wet. It'd be sticky.
That's why you put the runners down.
Anyway, let's just
That's
see.
why I always carry.
See what happens.
Which is why I always carry a
See what
pouch of
happens
sand.
when I let them just okay.
Boys
so
will be boys.
back to you guys. Now, how did it feel to win your first award? How did you guys? I mean, I know it felt like this elation, but
You want stories?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, we love stories.
The very first award?
That was a Three Stooges episode,
It was
basically.
Totally Three Stooges.
We just knew we were nominated for it. We got there. They gave us our tickets, which is up in the C balcony.
The nosebleed area.
way up
Yeah,
top.
so we just said, well, we're up here. I mean, that's life. We're not going to win this. So we just went up there. And it turns out that the Gospel Christian Awards are always the first ones given. And later on we learned they do that. They said because the Christians don't like staying out late, so they always like to do that.
That's so.
Okay.
Watch out.
Thanks for coming out. Good night. Have a good
but
night.
you guys are
Consider
different.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, so, and I want to be politically correct about this, but normally the winners of Gospel Christian are a different ethnicity, and for the most part, it's a different gender.
They're Hawaiian and
You know,
Oriental.
and that's the gospel.
Like the
that's
rug,
the gospel
not the-
side of it. There isn't
Hawaiian
really
and
a
Oriental,
Christian rock
really?
stuff. There hadn't been any Christian rock. It was mostly gospel things like the Clark sisters and
The Winans.
Oh,
So,
I
yeah,
love
and the Winans.
both of them.
Yeah, and,
Good friends
and they're
of
all
you
very,
guys.
very good. Dave is a great
Dave's
friend
a
of
very
ours.
close friend of
And
mine.
he was just here.
Yeah, he was on with his group RTG, Righteous Through God, on Big and Bigger.
Nice.
He broke him again. It was like these
They're
guys
doing
on
real
this show. Yeah.
That's why we can't get him back in our band because now he's got a good band. But it's really funny. So anyway, they announced all this stuff, and the woman who was doing the announcement goes, and the winner is Sweet Crystal. And we looked at each other, and we're up in the balcony. So we stand up and said, we got to get down there. Okay, so we're trying to get through the crowd of people running down the stairs.
Racing
and they're going,
down 2 flights
"Where's
of
Sweet
stairs?"
Crystal?" And Doug Podell happened to be there. All right, and so we're trying to get through. We get to the part where the bar is, and the bouncers go, stop, and I'm in front, and he goes, "Where you going?" I said, "Man, get out of my way. I just won this award," and I pushed him. I go, "That'll be on the Enquirer, Christian artist pushing this freaking bouncer out of the way." But we're yelling. We're going, Doug, we're here. Doug. And Doug finally goes, "Well, I know these guys, so I know they would like to thank you for this." And I go,
We're yelling and
here,
screaming
we're
at
here.
you.
We
Yeah,
got
we're
down
here,
there, so
we're
we
here.
got up on stage, winded. Thank you. And the presenter looks at me and she goes, "You're Sweet Crystal?"
Wow.
And I went, "I certainly am." And that was the first time we won it because I think we surprised her.
I think she
with-
thought you were going to be like
Yes.
darker.
Absolutely. But it was so that was the first one. And we just kind of went, wow. We didn't expect it. They apparently didn't expect it either. So
Wow.
So that was fun. So it was hilarious. But
And so now you guys are seasoned vets. The last one, you was like, it's us. We're
no,
right
you
here.
know what? It doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
we bought
get
a
old.
table down on
So
the main
so,
floor.
Yeah.
so did you guys kind of like what do you call it, zip line from
Yeah,
up the
nice.
top
That's
got
what that
down
is.
would be
with
so
one
hilarious.
hand? You're gonna zip line with one hand and then just go down and
Yeah,
grab
just
your
whoop.
award. Yeah.
That
See you
would be
next
super
year.
rock star status right
That
there.
would be.
Zip line to the stage to accept your
That would be
award.
nice.
They're going to Kanye the award from this point on.
Yeah. Everybody.
But you know what's fun
Lines
is when
across everywhere.
when we're up against Davey. Dave Winans. Yeah, and that's what's a lot of fun because if he wins, we feel like we won. When we wins, he says the same thing.
Okay.
So we just adore the man.
That's perfect.
And so it's very, very cool to both play with him and then to have him get his recognition.
Now, let me tell you, I was looking for you guys because I wanted to hang with you guys. Did I see Jan? I think I saw her hair.
She's hard to miss.
Yes.
If you saw her hair.
And I tried to catch her, and then, were you there? You were there. Yeah, and then I saw you, and I'm like, trying to catch you, and then you were just like, la-di-da, la-di-da. Oh, well, no one's calling me. And then you guys left, so I'm trying to catch you guys. And I think I saw you once, but then I was trying to catch you guys after that. But you disappeared. What happened? Did y'all like abracadabra?
They say the Christian rock bands, they
don't
like to stay when it's late, so
it's 9:30. I go to bed.
They got service in the morning.
To hang out with you guys.
God only lets those that go to bed early.
I know. We just kept
that's all.
each other.
It was real busy down there. And what was funny is this year we won 2 of them, but we only were awarded 1.
How does that work?
Somebody took the other one.
What?
Somebody else took it?
Yeah. So I spent the night trying to
They're
track
going
it
to
down.
hell. They're going to
I
hell.
eventually got it 3 weeks later when we did track it down.
How you going to steal from a Christian rock group?
Oh, that was pretty good.
You're going straight to hell. It's like they're going to get there and that's going to be the one thing on the list. We were going to let you in, but...
nice, but you took that one off.
This one's the deal breaker.
Remember the DMAs 2016?
It was like, but look, technically it's mine. I'm sweet. My name is Crystal, so they said, sweet Crystal. I consider myself. So
it was a mistake, but it was funny because I didn't even know we'd actually won it because it was a tie.
Oh.
It was actually a tie.
And that's why, so when they announced the actual winner of the award at the pre-show, they just announced the one person. They didn't announce us, too.
Okay.
And so we didn't know anything about it. So it wasn't until halfway through the night when Chuck Alcasian happened to be going, and he goes, "Hey, I see you won that thing." I said, "What are you talking about, man?" He goes, "Yeah, you won." And then all of a sudden it was on the big screen, and I just went, "What?" So then we went and tried to track it down. They're just kind of going, "We don't know. Somebody came and they got it." And I'm going,
"Wow,
nice."
I'm like, someone's going to hell tonight.
So it seemed like they should have, had another one for you, or at least validated.
Well, luckily
they
knew who it was, and Terry, one of the ladies that runs
I love her.
Yeah,
She's
Terry,
so awesome.
Hopper. Yeah, so she tracked it down for us eventually. So it all worked out well. But for the meantime, I kept going. Yeah, we won 2. I got this one.
Right.
People going, yeah,
here
right.
Here we are.
You just got to pass it around your back. Like, see, we won this one and
here's
this
the other
one.
Nicely done.
Ta-da!
Nicely done.
Right, sleight of hand, so to speak.
Now can get you arrested in certain states.
Certain states, you can go to jail for that.
So now, what do you guys do for fun? Do you guys go and hang out visit any of the local bands playing, or just
occasionally? Yeah.
Now, who's your favorite band? Local band? Do you have one?
I say my favorite is Rain.
Yeah,
the guys in Rain.
They were here. They were here too.
Yes,
they were here
too. And we just went out to see them a couple of weeks ago out in Ypsilanti, and I just love them. I was actually playing keyboards with them for a little while, but realized I didn't have the time to do them and Sweet Crystal and what else.
But they're good friends of ours.
Yeah, and they're really
well.
I love their writing. I love what they're doing. So that's one of my favorites.
I would love to get you both back in here together.
Sure.
Just
talking because we're coming from a similar theology,
right.
And that's what's nice about them.
Because again, we had them on at Raw Radio X, having both of them together. Except we had less space, less than a quarter of this space last time. We had more people.
It was as big as this table the room was.
Exactly. So I would love to get you guys.
You know what Billy does for fun? He's a competitive marksman.
Are you really?
Big time.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Listen.
What do you shoot?
Oh wow!
Skeet.
Really?
They didn't ask me.
Non-Christian bands.
That was a good one too.
You shoot skeet and non-Christian bands.
That's what he shoots them with. Anyway,
no.
What? When you say marksman, you can say like an arrow.
No, man, big time.
Oh, no,
that's
rifle.
Archery. That's archery.
Yeah, it's both rifle and pistol.
Yeah.
For about 12 years, I competed pretty heavily in what they called high-power service rifle.
Okay.
You're shooting either an M1 Garand or an 14 or an M16.
Mm-hmm.
And you shoot a national match course for those is actually ranges from 200, 300, and 600 yards.
Wow. 600 freaking yards, man. That's...
But you're dealing with a bullseye at 600 yards.
It's
literally about 3 feet in diameter.
6 football fields
away. You're looking down the sights there. It looks basically the same, But you're dealing with a lot of the technical or physical aspects of what's happening with
gravity,
mostly wind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch the wind on that. But I enjoyed it.
This is not the Bible group to thump with.
Yeah.
Yeah, when everything
this is
finally starts
mostly-
going to hell,
Yeah.
I'm going to Billy's house.
Exactly. That's what I'm sitting here thinking.
Yeah, it's mostly sporting, because it's mostly just bullseye. So-
It'll become sporting when it's necessary.
There you go.
But you learn a lot of things about yourself, when you're trying to discipline yourself to try and simply just make the shot and stuff. You learn a lot about yourself physically,
Breathing
as well as mentally and stuff like that. And then you can carry that over into a lot of other different walks of life.
Right.
In that. After several years there, I was introduced to another form of shooting, which they call small bore. It's a .22 rifle, basically.
I thought you were talking about little pigs.
Right.
Yeah,
Small
yeah.
bores.
Well, that's the slang term of what they used for many years for a .22 rifle. It's called small bore.
Okay.
And I actually found that to be more challenging to shoot than the actual high power stuff. You can do stuff at real long distances and things like this, but when you're shooting a .22 or target .22 with standard velocity ammunition, and it's only going the velocity of a third of the velocity of what a high power is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're shooting any distances, the wind and light aspects and stuff is more demanding. The whole system is repeatable, but it demands more of your marksmanship skills. So I find that more challenging.
Now, when you say 22, I think about my dad. He had this like little bitty 22 that when he would point it at people, you wouldn't even know he had a gun in his hand.
That's a little pistol.
That's a little
so like
Derringer.
Yeah, a little 22, and he'd be pointing at people, and they didn't even know he had a gun in his hand. You don't put that little shit up, this type of thing. Now when you're talking about a 22 rifle,
yeah, right.
I'm imagining there's like a big difference.
Oh yeah, night and day. Little pistols like that are really for self-defense, or sporting thing for just plinking or doing what you want to do. But mostly it's for concealment and self-defense and things like that. What I'm talking about is the sporting style rifle that is really catered to a specific sport.
Okay.
Meaning bullseye shooting. So these rifles get real sophisticated.
Talk about the ones with like the little click, the little click trigger.
Yeah,
the
adjustable stocks.
Yep.
You fit the thing.
like the ones you see on the Olympics.
Exactly.
Those are skeet
exactly
shooters.
Those.
No.
It's not a skeet shoulder.
So what I think, and Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. Like in the Winter Olympics, they do the biathlon.
Right.
They do the cross country skiing with the gun on their back.
Yeah.
And then they get down to a certain spot and they got to shoot down range.
Yeah.
And it's a little 22 bullet, but it's got the clip in it or whatever. And they shoot it, and then there's like just a little. Instead of a cock, there's a little thing that you can pump.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of.
There's a name for that type of cocking system called
quick cock.
No.
It's not me.
That's damaging.
It's not
straight,
me.
Yeah, it's called straight pull. Okay. And what it is
Again,
that they do
me.
very little movement in order to cycle the rifle, because they got to get like 5 rounds or something, into the target in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, in less than a minute.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with those guys because they're going like crazy in skis, and then all of a sudden they got to stop,
slow their heart rate
relax,
down,
and slow everything down to get into the bullseye thing.
Yeah,
and then they have to shoot at 50 meters.
I try to teach my daughter how to shoot. Like especially when I get mad at Ray.
Nice.
I try to,
But see, when she's holding an AK as a little girl, that's not going to be the same.
Well, no, the older one. The older one.
Okay.
I say, now hold your breath, relax, kind of, for her to.
Yeah, you're showing her some of the fundamentals there. Right.
So, just calm down, relax, and, just control your breathing and things. And then, so he'll go and then shoot him, and then he'll go the other way. Okay, so just calm down. She's like, no, I can't do it. I said, God dang it, give it to me, I'll do it. So,
Mom, he's asleep. I can't shoot him.
Well, I can tell you. While we're on the subject here, I'll tell you a quick little story.
Warm water?
I'll tell you a quick little story about, I don't know, it had to be 20 years now. Mark was thinking about purchasing a firearm. He'd never done it before, and he knew my whole interest in the whole thing here. So I belong to a sportsman's club out in Waterford, and during that time there, the pistol group from the club there was shooting outdoors during the summer. And that was the only time I could go out there because I was going to school in fall and winter and stuff, and night school and stuff like that. So Mark took some interest in that, and so I took him out. The guys were set up at 50 yards with a pistol, and I didn't own a pistol myself there yet, but I borrowed my dad's and took it out to the club. It was a .22 target pistol, and I gave it to Mark, and I showed him how it functioned and all this, and then got him into the stance and had him shoot at the target there. And he got on the paper and everything, and I told him a few quick little fundamentals in order to, just like you did with your daughter, So Mark goes, "Why don't you shoot this?" And I went, "Man, I do this all the time, man." I said, "You go ahead, have fun, just enjoy the experience, So he goes, "Man, why don't you try it?" And I went, "Well, okay, all right." So I took the pistol, got into my stance, and I have a spotting scope. Anybody that's into any kind of shooting sports, if there's an accessory that would be nice to have with,
I don't want to be an accessory.
Is is really a spotting scope, so that you can look at the paper and see what the results were that you did, so you can sit there and analyze it. At least that's the way I look at it. Mark hands me back the pistol, and I go and take the shot. Mark's looking through the scope on it. He goes, "Wow, you got an X." And I look at it and went, "Hey, cool." And I handed him the pistol. I said, "See how easy it is?"
Wow, and they had no idea that you do this all the time.
Right.
You just went up there and Jason Bourne and that shit.
I'll tell you,
I did do it every week.
I'll tell you one funny story. Jan and I went out there once so that he could show Jan and I. We got a Glock, and we wanted him to show us how to do it. And so
that is so amazing. Hold on, a Christian rock band with a Glock.
There you go.
They be packing.
Yes. So we went out there,
packing.
and Jan and I were shooting it. Turns out, so he showed us how to do it. You do it. It ejects the cartridge. Jan got up to shoot, and I have to tell you, in the end, she was a better shot than I was, no matter what. But because of her stature, every time she shot, the thing flew out and hit her in the head. So she would go, bam, and go, boom. And she'd go, ow. She'd go, bam, and go, boom. She goes, "I don't like this gun." And Billy goes, "I've never seen anybody get hit by a cartridge like that." And it did it every time she shot it, went back, went bam.
Wow,
But she was a much better shot. But it was just like, she goes, "I don't
The
like
shell
this."
always hit her.
Yeah, it always hit
that's
her.
funny.
And it's just like, what? And
So-
Bill's go, "I've never seen anybody do that."
My son,
She's a marksman on a couple different levels.
my son,
That must be it.
They were training. They have to train when they're in the service. And my son called upset. He was like, "I'm like, what's wrong, son?" He's like, "Man, I got 7 out of 10." I said, "Well, that's okay because
Better than half.
yeah, And he was really really upset because the training.
I'm sure he's going up against people that are getting 10 out of 10, and that's what you're...
But they let him do it again. He got 10 out of 10.
Oh, there you go.
And I just went over some things with them, and then he
Well, that's
went
just
back
it. That's just it.
It's a discipline.
You're learning a new skill is all you're doing, and it takes time to...
And killing people.
It takes time to learn this new skill and all the little fundamentals. It's just like playing guitar or playing keyboards,
Right.
anything
I mean,
like that.
but he's had training before,
Yeah.
We
before
made
he went out
sure
there.
we made sure our children knew, some things. You have to predict. And not that we were like survivalists or whatever, but it's just some things you just want your kids to know.
That's nice.
And so that's why he called upset because. He got
he
7
knew
out
he-
of
he
10.
He's
knew
letting
he
mama
could do better.
down.
Yeah.
Right, he knew he could. He knew. Well, he didn't let me down. He felt like he did,
Yeah.
but he didn't. And I'm like, son, no, that's really good because not many can get 7 out of 10. Not
Right.
for the range that they were on.
And
not
the
for
time limits that they have to
Exactly.
work with.
and the
Right.
course that he had. So he just talked it over, worked it out, and things like that.
Nice.
And we let him retake it, and he got 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
Fundamentals
So
that
he
we
was-
probably only have here in Detroit. You teach your kids how to shoot.
how to shoot,
You teach them how to shoot. You can walk.
How
You
to
can hold
shoot
a
and fight.
pistol.
how to shoot and fight. How to shoot
Yep.
and fight. So I'm teaching the baby girl. Well, not now, but constantly, teaching her her stance and things for boxing. Just
Right.
things so she can
Defend and take care
kind
of
of get
herself.
to where the other kids are. Because she's like the girly girl. She's
Yeah.
kind of like a tomboy because I'm the tomboy. She's kind of like the tomboy, but kind of like the. whatever. So I know I'm a tomboy, but anyway, she's kind of like the girly girl tomboy, so it's kind of hard to get her to.
So
focus
she's trying to shoot a
into-
Glock with fingernails on.
So
She makes her look good.
And then I'm trying to get her in her stance, and she's doing like this, got her fist balled up like a girl. I said, "It look like you're gonna swing like a cat. No, don't do that." So, yeah, we're going through that.
She's
with the
taking
little
after
one.
Ray.
That kind of sounds familiar. Locally here, I play bass guitar for a friend of mine who's got a really beautiful voice, and she was thinking about purchasing a pistol, and she's never
pistol.
fired one before.
That's
but
going to be the next band, Sweet Pistol.
yeah, so I took Gail and her daughter out to the club there and started them off with a 22, my 22 Smith & Wesson there. And they were doing exactly what you were saying. We try and get them into a stance, where they can feel the support and try and explain it to them, and then the 5 fundamentals. And it took them a while to get used to that, because once they come back up there, their arms are all curled up and stuff, because they weren't thinking about the mechanics of how to support it and things. Plus, this is the first time that they've been out, so they have to experience it repetitiously in order to start to understand and absorb the fundamentals. For years, even when I was competing there, I went to the small arms firing schools that they conducted down at Camp Perry in Port Clinton, Ohio. And they say all the same stuff all the time, but there's always some little detail that you didn't catch before. And went, wow,
Who bedazzled the
cool.
pistols?
That
Somebody
would be me.
bedazzled the pistols.
That would be me. Listen, we went. Where did we go? We were at. Did we go to? Was it a sporting store? It was somewhere where I saw the pink. It was pink with pearl handle. Yeah,
Easily identified.
Oh my God! I mean, but you know what? If you're not doing anything crazy with it, then
you gotta worry about it. Just
exactly.
Cool.
So, where was I don't know, but that made me think about the bedazzled one. But
think about if they can incorporate the two, their Christian rock and the shooting
and pistol package.
Come bust a cap for Jesus.
Right.
Caps for Christ.
Yeah.
I like that. If we can get Caps for Christ.
Oh, and you know what? Maybe you guys can win an award for that one, since you guys can't win any more awards.
Yeah, since we can't
Start a foundation really quick.
Yeah, it's called a Trump rally.
Oh. That's horrible. Cut it out. So, you know what? On another subject, are you guys going to Arts, Beats, and Eats?
No,
Are
probably
you
not.
guys going
probably
to
not.
the Michigan Renaissance Festival?
Probably not.
Why, you don't like? Do you like it?
Well, I like the turkey legs.
Yes.
Never had the
Highlight.
turkey legs.
The smoked turkey legs are, man, those are great.
Cave Radio Broadcasting is going to be out there September 17th.
Well,
Oh, great.
the only reason I wouldn't be, Jan and I are heading to a 3-day Christian metal fest in right outside of Omaha, Nebraska. It's in Iowa.
Who's headlining it?
King James, Decipher Down, a band out of Vegas called Chaotic Resemblance. What it is, it's 3 days of Christian metal and rock bands. Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday. I have been hired, I guess, to be one of the MCs of
cool.
all 3 days.
Congratulations.
That's
Isn't
cool.
King James from Michigan?
They play here. I don't know. They played up in Florida, but they're actually out of Atlanta.
Oh,
the drummer, Michael Fagan, is out of Dallas. I mean, they're from all over now.
Okay.
But what's interesting to me is, they're doing it on this farm, and all the bands are coming out for, there's Friday night, all day Saturday,
Wow.
Sunday, and on Sunday they do an outdoor worship service, and I'm going to be doing a couple of solo songs for the actual service, and then I'll spend the 3 days being one of the hosts. And it's interesting to me because we've never done anything like that.
That is so
and
cool.
so it's just
And they approached you with it even
Yeah.
better.
It was very
That's
very
cool.
cool to go out there. So we're just going to go. And I was born in Des Moines, Iowa. So on the way out there, Jan and I are going to go visit some relatives I never get to see.
Get
so we
some
see them.
potatoes.
Give
me some
corn.
Idaho potatoes.
No, that's Idaho. This is Iowa. It's
Oh,
a different-
Iowa.
yeah,
Okay.
that-
Okay.
It's
I was gonna
corn.
say Idaho.
It's corn.
Okay,
Iowa
bring
corn.
some corn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Corn-
anymore I'm
actually,
not.
actually, I like corn. I like corn better. Than
Yep.
But
So anyway, it's just intriguing. So that's that weekend. So that
Okay.
would be the only reason we wouldn't be able to do something like that, because Jan and I love going out. We try to do as much as we can. Drummer Steve's not here. He's a golfer. If he's got a day off, he's golfing.
He's
That's what he
golfing.
does.
He's
He was really
golfing.
thinking about getting into the senior tour
How's
because
his-
he's
So what
really
are you going to
good.
be doing?
Oh,
You know,
it's-
while you guys are basically.
He
taking a
plays
break.
with another a girl named Gail. It's a duo.
Is that the band, A Girl Named Gail?
Yeah.
Yeah, her name is Gail Engling. I met her about 22 years ago.
And he plays bass and guitar with her.
Yeah,
They do
and she's an Americana folk kind of a thing there, which really
pretty cool.
Opened my eyes, to different styles of music and things like that. And I do a bass guitar for her and occasional guitar parts. Very talented girl.
She sings on a lot of our
voice.
CDs. She's on a
she's
couple
on
of
a
the
lot of
songs,
stuff.
as a matter of fact, on 5
several,
Carat, yeah.
A couple of our CDs and things like that. And we play locally. Years past, we've done a lot of the art shows like the Howell Balloon Festival, Brighton Art Fair, Milford Memories.
I thought you said Brighton. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
He said Brighton. I thought he said Brightmo.
What's that?
Oh, Brightmo.
Brightmo.
What is that?
Brightmore.
The Hood?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Brighton.
Okay.
Brighton. But
I see that.
those
would
were
stand
real
out.
popular. Plus we play at a lot of restaurants. It's not a bar type thing there, and there's different hours and things like that.
They set the mood, the ambiance in the
so
restaurant.
that's and she's really good. And so it's fun to.
She made me a
out.
bass player, actually, man. I had to look at it a little different in music, which I think was
Now,
very,
do you have the
very
calluses?
healthy thing to do.
Right.
Do you have the calluses on your finger or the guitar?
Yeah,
calluses?
of course.
I got calluses on my left hand from fretting,
Okay.
and stuff like that. But when I started playing bass guitar, I started to get blisters and calluses on my right hand, just because my I don't use a pick on there. My plectrum is with my fingers because I like the percussive response of
the flesh,
of the sound of the fingers. Plus, I can do faster runs and stuff, and then anytime that I record bass, with our stuff there, it can be a much tighter track along with the kick drum, which I think is important. So, after a course of time or an evening, playing with her, I'll get blisters and they'll turn into calluses on the tips of my right hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have like a page? Are you going to be playing anywhere? Can we find out? Find
GailEngling.com keeps an update on where things are, happening with us as a duel. There.
And the next time we're playing locally, the 24th of September, we're playing the Token Lounge.
Nice.
Which is, of course, we've been playing there for 30 years.
Nice.
Well, we're direct support for Mariner, who was a band back in the day when we first started out. This is their second time they put together a reunion show, and last year we played it.
It
They
was
had
nuts.
400 people in that freaking little
Mariner.
Yeah.
club. It used to be Fourth Chapter, then they became Mariner, and they actually had quite a following through the 70s with a few hits. And so then they just kind of stopped playing, and last year they decided to do a reunion show, and it was just amazing.
Wow.
Just the people that came out, and so they're doing one more. They said this is the last time they're going to do it because they said it's too much work.
Okay.
But we're direct support for them because we used to open for them. They used to open for us back in the 70s in the bar scenes, and so we've known each other since then. So, so that's on a Saturday night, so that'll be a fun one to do that kind of thing.
And speaking of the Token, Kenny Olsen.
Yeah, he's doing something.
Yeah, they'll be
doing
at
the
the
Motown
Token on the
Showdown.
15th.
September 23rd, Cave Radio's doing something. At
That's
the
right.
Token
The night
House.
before, I just saw that the other day.
Yep.
I think I need to do something at the Token.
You need to do something at Token.
Yeah.
So,
I asked
do you guys have like another song you can play for us?
Oh, yeah, we'd love to. That'd be very cool.
So let's take a break, and then when we
one
come
more.
back,
Thank
we'll
you.
have you guys play a song for us.
Thank you.
All right. Take a break.
Keg and Wine Party Store located in Redford on Beach Daily between 5 and 6 mile roads. Over 25 years of business, family owned and operated. We stock over 2,000 spirits, including over 300 whiskeys. Keg and Wine has the best selection of craft beers, including all of the hometown brews. A giant beer cave and 2 16-foot high walls of liquor is a sight to behold. Keg and Wine Party Store located at 15590 Beach Daily in Redford, 1/4 mile north of 5 Mile Road. Stop in today and tell them Cave Radio sent you.
Here we are.
That was very informative.
That was
That last hour, half an hour. That was very informative. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have Sweet Crystal play another song for us because I just love it.
It's good.
So what song are you guys going to play?
This is more like a Sweet Crystal tune in that this song has no chorus. It's interesting. We wrote the entire song, and it's a series of 4 little vignettes that just flowed. And once again, thanks to our producer Chuck Alcasian, this song was originally a 4/4 rock song, and we took it to him and said, "This is what we want to do." And he listened to it, and he goes, "Wait a minute, I love the song. You need to do it in 6/8."
Oh,
and I went,
1, 2, 3.
I've always written 4/4, and so we sat down. I found a couple songs that were 6/8, and I listened to it. And I go, "Really?" And my drummer went on YouTube to see exactly what 6/8 was, so we knew we were doing the right thing. So it changed from 4/4 to a 6/8 tune, and it changed the entire complexion of the tune, so much so that we all just went,
Wow. And I think for
We
real.
did that.
See, that's awesome. That Chuck is, that's what makes him such a great
goes,
producer.
Yeah.
6/8, so we did, and so this is the
And
only
that's what
song
it
we've
is.
ever written in 6/8.
And you know what? Pharrell does most of his songs in 6/8, and that's why he's so successful with it. So
How interesting. So the lyrics to this are very, very touching. You'll see there's just little stories, but it was a very unique arrangement, but he's the one who got it, and it's a tune entitled Can't Turn Back. There's a man on the street who's had little to eat and barely a dime to his name. He gambled and lost at impossible cost any chances at fortune or fame. Well, you'll find him on street corners, sleeping in alleys in cities and towns across this land. And when you see him, do you turn to flee him or reach out and offer your hand? There's a child down the block just learning to walk and dreaming how one day he'll fly. With every new step, Lord, he's got no regrets on whatever direction he'll drive. Yeah, but later in school he will break the wrong rule. He'll stumble and finally drop out. And it's realistic, he'll become a statistic unless someone turns him around. Oh, it's realistic, he'll be a statistic once somebody turn him around. There are shelters in town where new mothers are found, young girls with babies their own. And sadly apparent that boyfriends and parents, no longer welcome them home. So what do we say when we're shown shades of gray, and we know what's black and what's white? Hardships and heartaches, missteps and mistakes, injustices we can make right. Oh, hardships and heartaches, missteps and mistakes, injustices we can make right. As we travel these roads, let's all help with the loads that are causing each other to fall. And when we get home, we kneel down by the throne in answer to God's clarion call. Well, we might be surprised by the smile in his eyes as he tells us the things we got right. Forgiving our sins and recounting the wins of the souls that we brought to the light. Oh, forgiving our sins and recounting the wins of the souls that we brought to the light. So we can't turn back, no we can't turn back. When we're on the right track, Lord, we can't turn back. No, we can't turn back, no we can't turn back.
a man on the street who's had little to eat, barely a dime to his name. He gambled and lost at impossible cost any chances at fortune or
All right.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Team America?
Yes.
That feel of the music is just right on point with it. That's fun. You know, because I got America. It's just that feel. That
What
80s,
is it?
Is it Team America? It's
What
by
is
the
that?
same guys.
Fuck yeah. Team America. Yeah, you never saw it.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot of our stuff is like that. Our stuff becomes very anthem.
Yeah. Big and epic.
Yeah, it is.
Anthemy.
The three of us, it gets in the full show with the full keyboard rigging and guitars and all this stuff. It gets real big. People usually walk away going,
Wow.
three guys, and that's just who we are and what we really like doing.
Mark, why don't you come over here and tell us where we can find you guys' stuff at? But again, you wanted me to talk about September 23rd.
Yeah.
September 23rd at the Token Lounge. The Cave is taking over. The Token, we have 4 bands: The Creeping Chaos, The Running Youngs, Bloodline Riot, and The Native Howl will all be there rocking. It's $10 at the door. It's $5 if you wear your CRB gear at the door. And Smoke and Pole Barbecue is going to be there cooking some food. So
Yes.
it's going to be fun.
The last event we had, not the last event, but the one we had,
DRH?
I won.
Smoke and Pole?
Yes, gift certificate. And I don't know what I did with it.
It's probably because you were smoking a pole.
Ooh.
Go home.
Wow. He's going to in about
Go
3
home.
minutes.
So, yeah, every time I hear about them, So, when is that again? That's on the
September 23rd. It's a Friday night. There will be no Big and Bigger that night, and maybe not a cake
Probably
mix.
not. Probably not.
We'll probably shut down shop and head over there because I think the doors open at 7:30. So,
Yep.
it's going to be fun. So,
we'll be
bring
there supporting
come on
our
up.
brothers.
Is that the one big where we were going to do like the thing for the ladies in the audience?
No, that's something different.
Oh, you should. You should. Oh,
I'm
my
just saying,
God.
if you got a birthday person there, make it special for
Do
them.
something. Do
Yeah,
something.
right, you never
That'll be
know.
awesome. So Sweet Crystal.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you guys have going on? I mean, you already said. Just reiterate for us.
Sure. Basically, you want to find out anything about the band, www.sweetcrystal.com. You can find us on Facebook at Sweet Crystal Band. Basically, every place we're playing is always listed up there. If you're interested in the music, we have 5 CDs that are out right now. If you want any of the merch, which you just now have.
Yes, man,
Sweet
that
Crystal
T-shirt.
Nice.
Now, what about the stickers? Can you get the stickers?
Yeah, we
and
use
the pins.
all that stuff is there. But usually, we are terrible marketers, man. We give this stuff away everywhere we play.
We just always give them the first hit free.
We just like people. Oh, very good. And we just like doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we do sell this stuff, but really, the majority of why we do what we do is to help somebody else, which is why we do a lot of stuff for the veterans and things, and that's why you don't really see us just going out to play, hey, it's Sweet Crystal, let's go see them
And
again.
if they don't buy it, then he'll shoot them.
There you go. Yeah, nice. We'll make a little Sweet Crystal pin with a bullseye on it.
Right. Like here's
one
a,
for Bill.
Here's
for
a pin
you.
for you, not knowing that you're setting
This
them
one's
up.
a hat.
So you can take them out.
Here, look at the thing on the back of the shirts.
Right.
Whoa. So anyway, it's very cool. So yeah, you can find everything on the website, and we appreciate you guys letting us do this. Man, this is
Thank
so
you.
much fun.
Thank you. And then you were saying you have a side project.
For Gail Engling. Yeah,
Oh, for Gail,
absolutely.
yeah. There's nothing booked at the moment here, but she does a lot of things for seniors, citizens, and things like that, nursing homes.
And where can we find her information again?
GailEngling.com.
ENGLING.
Yeah. She's got a Facebook page, too.
Okay. All right. And Dan, don't you have something coming up?
Yes, I'll be performing at a nursing home coming. No, not really.
Grandma.
Right.
Things have happened.
You'd have to
before.
have a defibrillator ready.
Right.
Somebody's going down in a bad way. Okay. Anyway, I got a show on the 17th over at the community center. That's on John R. and 8 Mile. This coming Wednesday, we're doing a benefit for Platinum Gold, where the whole door goes to his family, helping him, sending his people off right. And when you come there, the door is going to Platinum, but I'm donating my tips to Steele's family. So show me some love, because you're really showing his family some love in a time when they need some help. And since I got my Halloween show coming up, hey, take the day off, get your babysitters in order,
Yeah, we
It's
heard
not that
all
far
about your
away.
Halloween.
It's not that far
so-
away, man.
Exactly.
It'll be here
It
before
gets
you
here
know
so
it.
fast. So
Okay.
get a hold of me so I can get a hold on you.
Get you some tickets. And Ray, don't you have something coming up?
Yep, got a Razor Ray gig going on at the dirtiest, most bizarre art show that
is not in
the alley
ever.
Ever. And when is that?
That's going to be going on Saturday, September 10th. And it's going to go on, it's going to be a 2-day event, September 10th and the 11th at the Old Miami.
Not the new one.
3930 Cass Ave, Detroit, Michigan. Come on out. It's going to be like
how much is it?
An art fair of, just really crazy, bizarre.
Are you playing?
And I'll be doing a Razor Rape, acoustic thing.
It's
you can
September
play
10th.
acoustic.
It's going to be
acoustic.
12 noon, September 10th.
Yep.
In the middle of the day?
Yeah,
It's going to start. It's going to start at noon, and then it's going to end at 2 a.m. September 11th. Right?
Yep.
And that's $10.
Yep.
$10.
$10 at the door,
And
there's
it's
going to
gonna be
some great grub there by Killer's Grills, who makes some amazing barbecue.
It says cover charge.
Killer's Grill. That's an interesting name there. Too.
Yeah, cover charge is $2 before 6 p.m. and $8 after. So
okay. All right.
it's gonna be cool. There's
Party
gonna be
on a
lot.
budget. You come have a good time.
Yep.
And they take the bridge card.
Okay.
And they do take a bridge card.
Well, that's that. So
God, I guess it's coming to an end of it.
it's already
Another
ended.
show.
The
This
time has
is- goes by
come
so
for
quick.
all my.
yeah,
Time flies.
all our razor cakers
Yes,
or
right.
cake mixers.
Cake mixers.
So yeah, just check us out next week. You never know who's going to stop in. Cake mixer. The Cave is going to be out at the Renaissance Festival September 17th. You guys, just give us a shout out. If you want some free tickets, hit me up. Well, you may get some free tickets. So
Yeah, my tickets ain't free, but y'all can still hit me up.
all right, check us out next week. Deuces. All right, sweet
Deuces.
Crystal.
Thank you, Laura.